Have you ever attended an interview but then never heard back? Have you ever wondered how would a successful candidate handle the interview questions differently? Are you looking for ways to better deliver your strengths in the interviews so you could leave a lasting impression? Hello everyone, welcome to Beyond Yourself. This sounds like you. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you will understand how to stand out from the crowd and ace your next interviews. In the first section of this video, you will learn the top 2 reasons why 80% of people fail an interview. We will then provide you with the strategies you need to outwin the other candidates. In the last 5 minutes of this video, you will see a sample answer from a successful candidate. There are 2 reasons why most people fail the interviews. Number 1, failing to find the right things to say. Imagine you are hiring for a HR manager. Which of the following candidates would you hire for your company? Candidate A: I graduated from the highest ranked university in the world. Candidate B: I have great communication and conflict resolution skills. Obviously, most people will go for candidate B because based on the responses we received from the candidates, it sounds like candidate B's strength matches to the need of the position. Companies hire people because they have a need. If you are able to tailor your responses to the needs of the hiring company, you will be the ideal fit in the eyes of the interviewers. But how do we tailor our responses? And how do we find the right strengths to present? Successful candidates get the job offers because they either have the desired personality to fit the role or have demonstrated the right skills and experiences that can help the companies to solve a problem. So the key to make your interviewer believe that you are the right fit for the position is to present your strengths in the solutions to a problem of the hiring company. While there is less we can control for personality, here is a tool that you can use to find the right strengths to present in the interview. Before the interviews, use SWOT to think about the following questions. What are the goals and aspirations of the hiring company? What threats or problems can this position help to solve? For example, the problems that a HR manager needs to deal with is upset employees and resolving conflicts. The goal is to help the company to build a positive work environment. What strengths do you have to help the company achieve their goals and solve their problems? Perhaps you are good at resolving high-stakes situations and repair broken relationships, which will make you an ideal HR candidate. Once you have this diagram in your mind, you will be able to make compelling responses to any questions during the interviews. For example, if you are being asked, "Why should we hire you?" this could be your responses. I believe I am the most ideal candidate because I have great communication skills. I know one of the greatest challenges for this position is to deal with upset employees as a third party and to resolve conflicts without causing another conflict. One of the greatest strengths is to resolve high-stakes situations and repair broken relationships. I believe I will be the most ideal candidate for you to rely on to build a positive work environment because that is what I have done for my previous company. For more examples of how you can use SWOT, please follow our link below. After learning how to find the right things to say in interviews, let's now see what is the number 2 reason that people fail the interviews. The number 2 reason that people fail the interviews is telling without providing evidence. What does this mean? Let me invite you to one of my interviews and you'll understand. Imagine you are the interviewer, just like me. Which candidate would you hire after listening to their responses? Why do you want to work for us?
I love taking care of people
Why do you want to work for us?
because I love taking care of people.
Why do you want to work for us?
Taking care of people is my favorite thing.
Have you noticed what the problem is now? Because Nora is interviewing for a nurse position, almost all of the candidates told Nora that they love taking care of people. While there is nothing wrong with this answer, none of them stand out to Nora because their responses are all similar. If you want to stand out from the rest of 100 candidates and win the job offer, you need to come up with a unique answer. Now, here comes the question. How do we come up with a unique response so we can stand out from the crowd? Let's continue watching the video. This is Bob. Bob eventually got the job offer as he stands out in the interview. This is how Bob responds to the interview question. Why do you want to work for us? Before I walked into this office, I thought this interview merely as another opportunity to help me work my way up the ladder. However, when I was waited at the front desk, I saw a patient crying. One of your staff kindly approached to comfort her. I was deeply moved and motivated. I found a strong desire to work for a group like yourself who care to make changes. I stayed in my last company for 5 years because we had a passionate team striving to make differences regardless of the difficulties. And I saw that same passion in your team. After speaking with you today, I truly believe that your vision aligns with my interests and goals. What do you think Bob has done well here? That's right, he used the power of storytelling. Even though his key message was exactly the same as the other candidates, his response stands out. He proved to his interviewer that he was the ideal candidate through storytelling. Storytelling is a powerful technique to apply in interviews. It helps the interviewer to remember you. Knowing the importance of storytelling, let's now go over the structure and see how we can apply it. This is the structure of a compelling story. Every compelling story has 3 essential layers: the result, the conflict, and the background. To show you step by step how to build a unique story using the following table, we're going to use the following question as an example. Can you tell me about yourself? When building our story, the first section that we want to focus is the result. Result in a story is your key message. What are the key messages that you want to deliver to the audience through your story? What do you want the interviewer to remember about you? Now, let's imagine that I am interviewing for a sales position. When we ask the question, can you tell me about yourself? The key message that I want to deliver to my interviewer is that I am a determined person, because I know that this is the key qualification that my interviewer is looking for from the job post. There might be 100 things that you want to tell your interviewers, but because we only have 30 seconds of attention, just pick the one that you think your interviewer cares about the most. After deciding our key messages, we now need a conflict for our story. Conflict is important because it is the meat of the story. There's a famous quote, "No story has drama if you don't have conflict." We need a conflict to illustrate the key message of our story. What should we put down in the box for conflict? Conflict is a challenge or a difficulty that you have encountered. So the question to ask is, what past challenges have I encountered in the past that can illustrate my determination? When brainstorming for the conflicts, I realized I had gone through a lot of difficulties when working as a salesperson. Which conflict should I choose to put into my story? Keep in mind, when choosing our conflict, we want to make sure that the conflict we pick can speak for the message that we want to emphasize. Can you help me to find which conflict can speak on my determination? The customer told me that he didn't need our service product at all. I convinced him to sign a 10 years contract with us, eventually by making him become aware of the potential needs and benefits. Customers complained that our products are overpriced. I reached out to the sales team and convinced them to adjust the price. Customers refused to meet me. Despite the setbacks, I wanted them downstairs for 7 days. Finally, opportunity arose one day when they came down for a coffee break. We chatted. They had a very positive response and decided to purchase our products. Let's pause the video here and think for the answer. If your answer is the third example, congratulations, you had the right answer. The first example demonstrated the communication skill of the salesperson. The second example demonstrated the proactiveness of the salesperson. The last example speaks on the determination, since I did not give up despite the setbacks, so this would be the best conflict for me to use in the story. So far, we have learned how to come up with a result in a conflict in the story. Lastly, background is the time, setting, and place of the story. However, background in a story has a more important function. It could help us to set a reference line so the audience can understand how difficult the challenge is. For example, if I tell you, this boy has learned how to write at the age of 6, you might think, okay, all kids at age 6 can write. However, if I provide you more background information, this boy is born blind. However, he has learned how to write at the age of 6. You may be like, wow, how did he manage that? This is the power of background information. If we use it wisely, you will also be able to make your audience wow. When considering what to put down in our story for background, think about this question. What is the essential information that needs to be added into the story so your audience can understand how difficult the challenge is? Let's continue our previous example. If I added the following background information, how does the story sound like to you now? When I first started my career as a sale in company ABC, the company was dead in the water. Customers refused to meet me, and as a result, my commission was close to zero. Despite the setbacks, I volunteered to fly a board out of my own pocket and waited them downstairs for 7 days. Finally, opportunity arose one day when they came down for a coffee break. We chatted. They were impressed by my determination and agreed to purchase our products. See, after 3 steps, we have our story. Let's check out what would happen now if I go for an interview. Can you tell me about yourself? I have been working as a salesperson in the past 10 years and got promoted in the 2nd year. However, my career journey has never been an easy one. When I first started my career as a sale in company ABC, the company was dead in the water. Clients refused to meet us. My commission was close to zero. Many of my colleagues left for the better. I was frustrated too, but instead of giving up, I volunteered to fly abroad out of my own pocket and waited the clients downstairs for 7 days. Finally, my opportunity arose one day when they came down for a coffee break. We chatted. They were impressed by my determination that I demonstrated and decided to purchase our products. I know from your job posting that you are looking for a determined person to join your team. I wanted to let you know that determination is exactly what helped me stay and thrive in this market. I'm looking forward to knowing more about your company and this position. To summarize, the top 2 reasons that people fail the interviews are 1. Failing to find the right things to say, and 2. Talking without providing evidence. However, these problems can all be solved by the 2 tools we introduced in this video, SWOT analysis and storytelling technique. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend who you think can benefit from watching. Good luck with your next interview.